And we have been exploring each and every, let's say, each and every text in this very powerful book. So, for those who are new, this book is a channeled material by, let's say, or let's say the from the cosmic intelligence called Mars Sector 6. So, regardless of who the source is, the message is really, really powerful. We learned the first freedom is bravery, and the second freedom, which we really, really went in detail, is love. And now, today, we are in the third freedom, which is service. Sorry for that, it was written as sacrifice, but it's service. And let us read and understand what's it mean to be in this third freedom. But before that, let us align again to understand this great knowledge. So I request every one of you to sit very comfortably, crossing your legs and clasping your hands. Please close your eyes and make an intention to connect to that intelligent source inside of you, to your highest self, and observe your normal, natural breath. Just normal inhalation without any force, and normal exhalation. Whenever you have a thought, please bring back your attention to your breath. Do not go after your thoughts or emotions. Just be a silent observer of your breath. Last 5 seconds, friends. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Please place both of your palms over your eyes, and you may open your eyes whenever you are ready. So, thank you so much, friends. Welcome back. Thank you for the amazing meditation. Let's now go into the third freedom. In the last in the last weeks, we learned that love is the amazing energy that we can all use, and it's ever pervading, and we are the instruments of this amazing energy. So with that, we are here in the third freedom, which is called service. So as usual, I will first read the channeling material from Mars Sector 6, and after that there will be commentary from our author, Dr. George King. The third freedom will be service. This is Mars Sector 6. Freedom from selfishness is service. In these days, there is much service which is vitally important to Terra. There are few servers. Service is a culmination of experiences which denote the server as being on the ladder of evolution, firmly on this ladder. Those who have a earning desire to serve and indeed are doing so are those who have slain selfishness, or those who are gradually overcoming their lower materialistic aspects, are those who are sometimes slowly but nevertheless surely advancing towards enlightenment. In these days upon Terra, it is selfless action called service which will count in your initiations of tomorrow. Your service to others will be known and you will judge yourselves accordingly. If you would burn up your lower karmic aspects, you would serve. If you would, at this very moment, begin to build tomorrow's temple upon the sure foundations of today's right action, you would serve. If you would be free from the materialistic prison cunningly devised to enslave you, you would serve. If you would be detached from your own petty worries, you would serve. If you would enjoy better health, you would serve. If you would prepare yourselves for the new world, you would serve. Service is indeed a glorious undertaking. It is lasting. For every act of service is written in everlasting letters of fire in the Akashic book. When you walk into the halls of self judgment, you will read what your own hand hath written upon these pages, and by the immutable law of karma, you will accordingly set limitation upon your rebirth. Break away from your own troubles by concentrating upon the sufferings of others. The greatest yoga is service. The greatest religion is service. So that's where we stop, friends. This is the original channeling message, and yeah, every sentence must be actually expanded to really understand what the cosmic intelligence means here. So to help us, the author has explained some parts. So first, like hundreds of years ago, the great man was he who has cut his association so completely from mankind that he spent his life alone in some wilderness in order to gain the deeper meditative states. The same is not true today. The greatest man now is he who gain the deep meditative states and yet surrenders them so that he may serve in a practical manner among mankind. Also, everyone has to go into the hall of self judgment. There, the superconsciousness will judge the lower consciousness and it will choose the exact time for rebirth in another physical body on earth. It will even choose the place and parents which are to help bring that body in into physical manifestation. So here the other is explaining about again like when the initiation called death comes, it is the higher self which is actually judging the lower self, and your service will be known there. So it is there is no harsh punishments here. It's just during the initiation called death, everything is judged on the past actions based on the law of karma. So the other further expands that we are cells in the body of one great limitless whole. If we hurt another, we hurt ourselves. If we help another, we help ourselves. The law of karma has stated this, and it cannot be ever revoked because it is God. And the other further expands every act of service is written in everlasting letters of fire in the Akashic book. So this must be expanded. The Akashic records contain in minute detail the complete history of every individual's thought and action, the complete story of all the events. So clearly defined are these pictures that the illumined ones need only to study of ethers around any planet to learn its complete history. They can also look an aura of a man and read his history. So that's about the Akashic records. And finally, again, author expands about law of karma. We cannot ever break away from the wheel of rebirth unless we have learned every lesson necessary to us upon this earth. We must master all of our lower aspects and we must have transmuted them in the fires of complete experience. If we are ever to take our rightful place upon the higher spheres of existence, how can we leave this classroom until we have passed the final examination with the necessary honors? So that's the question to ask ourselves, that everything is a lesson. Similarly, what we have been learning, and service is one of the greatest uh, qualities. And here, friends, we would end the today's part one of the service. Really, really, I learned a lot just rereading and sharing with you all. We are really moving from bravery to love to service, and everything is really connected. And moving from the materialistic aspects, we understand that everyone is connected, and service is not something small or only people in service sector need to be doing. We can all help each other, and the highest service is also about telling the spiritual knowledge and sharing experiences, which we are doing regularly. So with that, I really thank you for your patience in listening and contemplate upon this. I would also love to hear from you all about what do you think, and how did it how did this message ring to you. Please go ahead, raise your hand, or you can also unmute yourself. Thank you so much. Yes, Vindhya ji.
Hello, Shashankji. Thank you for the wonderful meditation and wisdom. There's so much that you shared in those few sentences. I was like going through soul plan and then karma, and these are all difficult topics. And each line you were like talking about each of those things, right? And uh, I think I like the way I don't know. I didn't get everything, but as I was resonating with what you're saying, when you were talking about how um, every we about oneness, we are all the same, right? How we should do service for or we should not harm others, but should help others just because we are all the same and one. Just the other day I was discussing with another spiritual friend, and we were talking about, I was telling, if I see everyone as one, then how do I, they can know, if I see there's no other, it's all me everywhere, how do I even um, think of helping others? And I was talking about that, even family members or others, if I don't see them separate. But she came back and told me, like, if a body part of yours, like, hurts, you will actually, when you tend and you take care of it, you will take care of it with more love than what you would have done if it was not yours. So she says, finally, I think having that oneness concept only helps. It doesn't, I mean, it really helps because you're actually taking care with more love, not less. You're not discarding them, you're actually taking care of them as you. So I don't know if you're getting what I'm saying, but I thought that was
Yes,
a great.
Vidyaji.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't know if it even blended with what you said, but I was thinking of that when you were saying taking care of others and seeing them as one. And the soul plan too, when you said, like, the higher source, it makes plan for us based on our karmas. um, I was listening to Soul Plan, the author, the other day. I think it's Robert Schwartz. I'm not
Hmm.
sure. He
Yeah.
was he had a session, and he was also mentioning, he did made us do a meditation where we were sitting in, like, you are sitting in a room with all the people you decide, like, whoever you have interacted with, and all the soul plan. And it was really an experience to go through, trying to go and asking them. I forgot what I actually intended. My soul plan was with you. Please remind me. And then you kind of connect with each one. And I think, yes, all this has been, I've been listening to this again and again, and it's all making more and more sense now why we are here and why we have all these people in our lives. So, and um, yeah, there's a lot to think. So thank you very much. I just wanted to put some thoughts out there, what you talked about. So thank you for sharing.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Vidyaji. That was amazing sharing. And yeah, I really liked again your analogy, or your friend's analogy of um, healing. And if your own body part is, let's say, ill, and how you would consider it when it is compared to when it is not yours. So I also thought, like, our our circle of influence, or let's say, I mean, if we are just really thinking about our friends or relatives or family members, we generally take care. But whoever outside of this, maybe we think, okay, that's not our business, or I mean, it can happen. But if this circle increases, like where everyone is, you realize through experience, for example, when you're through meditation or intense spiritual experience, like everyone is connected to everyone, then you would understand. I mean, that what's other is saying, that you would understand um, that the law of karma also states that what we help will come around. When one is suffering, it's all everyone suffering. So yeah, when I think, it's really, it needs a lot of contemplation indeed.
Definitely,
Yeah.
definitely. And yeah, thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Vidyaji. So anyone else, friends, would like to share their knowledge? we have been learning from different angles, and one message that's consistent in so far is they always say at the initiation called death, um, everyone must go through this hall of self judgment. And I mean, almost every religion also has this, but of course, it was portrayed as someone is always judging you, and there comes the fear. But here, and in many spiritual texts, it states that you are your own judge, and every like rebirth process later is not a punishment, but to learn those circumstances. And in this book, like in this particular lesson, they also say that if you know the right knowledge, and if you, through service, through love, through bravery, you can pass all these lessons, and you don't need to go through those circumstances again and again. Thus, you can plan your next birth even better. So that's what I also understood from today's lesson. Really, really powerful to contemplate on. So thank you so much, friends.
Actually, the
Yeah,
word initiation of death, it's such I mean, it caught my attention too when you were saying, usually we see death as something, end and
yeah,
everything. When you say initiation, it's kind of a new perspective completely again. So,
indeed.
yeah,
Totally agree, India ji.
I, I know. And I
So,
do agree with what you say. Whatever comes up as an opportunity in front of you, whether it is seeming like a good or bad, there's no good or bad, everything that comes. If you go through it, you have experienced it, and then otherwise it'll keep coming back until you experience it, right? So, yes. So if we are not fearful and just go through it the first time it comes, I from what I hear, that it becomes more and more, the message gets stronger and stronger as it comes back to you. So I don't know, I mean, it's something that I've been hearing again and again, so I need to learn from that too. So
totally true.
yeah,
From other
thank you.
masters also on this
Yes, yes.
platform as well. Yeah, it's all really, all these messages are like coming from different angles for us to understand. Indeed, totally true.
Yeah, thank you, thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much. Okay, friends, if you if you don't have any other aspects that you would like to share, thank you once again. And tomorrow there will be a morning session, morning meditation session again, and it will be communicated through our channels. So thank you once again. Contemplate on these messages, and we will see it. Yeah, we will hear again with another master and another meditation session. Have a nice evening, everyone. Bye bye.
Thank you, everyone. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.